I'm cutting the broccoli I've been growing since late winter. Matsuri, I'm cutting them today. They're just, one of them's slightly starting to divide. I've never grown them this big. I'll show you what they look like organically. So, just compost, comfrey tea, you know, that sort of thing. See, I've got big hands. So that's a nice sort of supermarket style broccoli, and this is a little bit bigger. As you can see, it's just starting to divide slightly. As you can see, they've got side shoots here, which will grow into sort of, yeah, I'm being exaggerating. They'll grow to that sort of size. There'll be extra ones to pick, so they're not over yet. It's a growing chain to cut these. I've nurtured them for sort of 6 months, well, 4 months, 5 months, and same goes for this one over here. It's got side shoots, which I'll let grow a little bit bigger. It's the next day now, and it's not just the broccoli I'm harvesting. I've got some spuds. Now this harvest is not going to be big. Some early potatoes, but I want to get some peas in the space they're taking up. So that's what we'd be doing. So I'm clearing that out. There's a few little carrots as well. It's not going to be a massive harvest, but just for the sake of honesty, you know, doing a proper record. I'm going to show you as I do it. So we'll go to that now. This might be exciting, but then again, it might not be. Oh dear. Oh, a couple underneath. That'll do. A little bit disappointed, but there you go. Well, I knew it was going to be disappointing because it's doesn't get much light. It's been haven't been here long. Oh, not too bad. So there we have it, a little haul. There's a feed, as Sean likes to say. So it's 3 little early potatoes. Like I say, I would have left them in there longer, but I want to put peas in here. Got a new type of pea, terrain, which is supposed to be good for a whole season. Anyway, we'll crack on with that now. I'm pulling up these carrots as well because they're in the way. They're a tiny, is it chanterelle, something like that. They're a tiny short carrot anyway, so don't expect huge yields. Look, that promised to be huge, didn't it? And then it ended in a blunt end. But nonetheless, there's a feed, so I've got to get these out of the way because, like I say, I've got the peas coming in. So I'll get on with that now. Oh, that's interesting. That's split. Presume not enough water. And these are bent over because they're not getting enough light, and they're a perennial leek. They're riddled with rust. I've had enough of looking at them, so I'm going to dig them up. If there's anything worth eating on there, I'll have it. Takes up a lot of space and not much in the way of food. Quite small bowls, but I'll wash them up and boil them or fry them or whatever. I just wanted to show you these poppies, these Papaver Somniferum. There's different types. I'd never plant these, I never sow seed, they just keep coming year after year. They're prolific self-seeders. But I'm going this year, I've had a lot of the basic pink ones when I want the nice red, red and purple ones. So the one in front is frilly red and purple. So I'm going to save that seed. I'm going to weed out the pink ones. I've also got plum coloured one, which I'm pleased to see. I had one of those a couple of years ago, so it's yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd point these out before, because the blooms don't last forever. I'm back up to the allotment. Going a different way. I've decided to walk a bit more often. Just excuse me a moment while I open the gate. And plenty more digging to do. And what else? I'll tidying up things like some hedges I need clipping. Got some new features on the allotment. This is a combined area for people to sit in. I've got a couple of ponds. I've forgotten the name of the guy who dug it all out, but he's done a good job. There's fish in there and everything. It's looking very pretty now. We're into summer, and I mean, it looks all a bit scorched, but everybody's making a big effort to grow lots of food and make the place look pretty. We're on the edge of Bristol in England, and so the climate is warmer. It's southern England. It's affected by the what do you call it, the Gulf Stream, and we get a bit more wet than the pretty down there. We get a bit more rain than Eastern England and the north, but we do get the warmth, summer sun, and spring starts earlier by a couple of weeks. It's very pretty, yeah, sweet pea. Lovely. What variety of sweet pea is that? Hey? What variety of sweet pea? I don't know, I've not a clue. Oh, it's very, very pretty. Very deep colour.
That's lovely, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's from a packet we bought years ago.
Yeah.
And I'll keep the seeds for next year.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's a very attractive colour. Yeah. More sweet peas. These are new, people new on the plot, and they're doing quite well. It's very neat and tidy. It was obviously covered in bindweed and brambles and all the rest of it, so within 6 months they've got it all up in order. And some quite exciting actual, well, many people I know grow chickpeas, which is quite, let me show you. So I don't think they were ready for just how blasted it is up here. It gets blasted by the cold and frost and everything out of the wind in the winter, and then during the summer it's blasted by the heat. But yeah, those chickpeas are looking nice. Really jealous. I wish I'd grown them now. There's some really smart gardens as well. These you know, nice neat potatoes and onions. And then there's mine down here, which is a bit scrappy. But nevertheless, I get a crop, I get a feed. I'll show you my favourite garden actually. I think it's John's garden. I've forgotten his. I'm terrible at remembering people's names. But while you're here, I'll show you. I think it's a really smart garden. He always does a good job. And yeah, there's a few weeds now, but look how well regimented it is. It's got onions and shallots and garlic, and several different types of potato, beans, etc. And some fruit trees. In the distance there, espalier, and then 2 greenhouses at the back. So very well ordered. And always very productive as well. He's got a load of herbs. His missus is Vietnamese, so they've got some, well, obviously Vietnamese coriander and a few other herbs I've never seen, and some courgettes. Yeah, it's a nice garden. Keeping his own seed, I see, for parsnips. Those yellow, if you've never seen that, those 2 tall yellow umbellifers, they're parsnip. That's how you keep your seed. Right, and down to my scrappy garden. So we've got some leeks laid out here, shallots, beans, the borlotti beans, spuds, some these are potato onions, a bit like a shallot, more beans, more spuds. What else we got? Garlic, they're coming on well. It won't be long before they're harvested. You've got some can you see that? It's nice garlics. Saved seed, except for a couple. I'm trying a new variety as well. So we've got some shallots, more shallots, got potato onions, basically a big shallot, which is what you want, isn't it? And then we've got some onions, some leeks. As you can see, I'm into my alliums, but then they're tasty main crop, aren't they? So we've got more onions, shallots, yeah, and some tomatoes over there. Leeks, they're doing quite well. So yeah. Well, I've come up here to trim me, some more onions over here. And I've come up to trim me, these are called, oh god damn it, it's Sea Buckthorn. They're a nitrogen fixing plant, and according to your permaculture theory, you want to use them to build up the nitrogen in your soil. So you do this by chopping them back and then laying them out on the floor as mulch. Now of course, nobody tells you Sea Buckthorn is the most spikiest plant you've ever met. So every time I handle my mulch I get stabbed. So I don't recommend using it. But if you cut it while the new branches and leaves are fresh and green, like they are now, you can cut it before the spikes start developing. But any old wood will have massive spikes on them, the size of needles. So, but yeah, I've dug up 3 of them, or just get rid of them, take them down the tip. I'm just keeping these for nostalgia's sake. But yeah, we're cutting them. I don't recommend them. But yeah, while I've got them, they're looking untidy, so I'm going to neaten them up and use them as mulch. Anyway, right, that's me done. I shall show you how I get on. These bits here, these new shoots here, have no thorns on them. You can run your hand along there because they're too new. They haven't yet matured enough. So what you can do is just chop these down and use them as mulch without fear. Without fear of them stabbing you every time you muck around with your mulch. So in many ways, yeah, you can use Sea Buckthorn as a nitrogen fixing mulch crop, but it has its disadvantages, the thorns. You leave it too long, so I'm not enamoured of it really. But anyway, yeah, it's here now, so I've got to do something with it. That's me chopping the blackthorn to bits. Sea Buckthorn, sorry. It says spiky as blackthorn. I've also just pulled up a load of weeds underneath, smothering where the comfrey is, which is I've got mulched over here, mulching. For the vast majority, because it was completely covered with thorns, I've just dumped it here in the path, and thanks to oh god, what they call the permaculture people in Australia, they create pits for their spiky nitrogen fixers where they stomp to get rid of the thorns. I don't think you'll ever get rid of the thorns, but it might be useful. So what I'm doing is stomping like they do in the path, hopefully to bend and break the thorns. That spiky thing is Sea Buckthorn. That's after that's when it was that was trimmed last year, so it's got no leaves on it now. Can you see the spikes on that? I've been I've been stabbed about 10 times just clearing the weeds underneath that tree. So it's very, very nasty stuff. They make a good security hedge, I'll tell you that much, but it's pretty deadly on the allotment. That's me done now. Going home. It's sun's going down. Been a very productive day. I'm pleased with how the allotment and the back garden is going. So everything to hope for in the for the rest of the summer, and it's only the beginning of summer. So yeah. Like I say, a lot of people give up in summer just because the weed problem just gets out of control. But you just got to keep going, work hard, and pull up the weeds. Nobody said it was going to be easy. But anyway, I shall see you next time.